Before we jump in, like, can I just comment? We had new intro music that Chris and I we jammed on and created this last weekend. Oh, and by the way, your daughter is very cute. I'll be honest. Every once in a while, having a kid seems like a good idea, and that was one of the cases. Like, she like took me by my finger and like dragged me over to show me something, and then I got home. I'm like, that was sweet. And then I realized, hey, my ring and watch are gone. So I'm not saying Delilah, your 2.5-year-old, is a flim flam grifter, but she may be going in that direction. Okay, I mean, I got ice cream from her. She charged me $18, and then she asked for a receipt, and I said no, and then she gave me an Olive Garden gift card, but then she took it back. So I think she's going to be a business owner, that one.
Yep, I've been teaching her that. So she's picking it up like a sponge.
Good. You're doing a good job. But yeah, so just, if you see the ring around, just give it back to me. That's all I'm saying. Before she pawns it.
I already pawned it.
She's so quick. I'm telling you, she's going to have like a pinstripe suit and a toothpick, and she's already got a scam going on. She's good.
With pigtails, so you can't argue.
Yeah. You never see it coming. She's too sweet. No one's, all of a sudden, oh my God, she just swiped $40,000 from me. How did she do that? She was cute.
It was funny when you said that. I was actually going to bring it up as, we did create new intro music that John was nice enough to get loaded up for the show. Funny story, we were supposed to live stream the creation of the said. Me and Kirk got so into making the music that we totally forgot to stream it. So that was cool.
Right. So look, technology isn't our bag, but eventually, you know what? It's the music. Enjoy the music, and then maybe we'll put a box set together. How about that? that'll be that's our level of technology. A box set. Streaming is a little fancy for us.
And just out of curiosity, John, did you by chance see the title of our album?
I did not.
The title of our first album is called "What Is a Tinkercat?"
I got a litter box ready to go. That's all I know. I still don't think it's right.
It's not.
Okay, I didn't think so. I got 9 lives to figure it out, so that's good.
Yeah, you'll get there one day.
Maybe in episode 40. Stay tuned, folks. You got to tease him. Will Kirk ever understand Tinkercat? Stay tuned. You gotta read the book or listen to the podcast.
What was that thing you sent me? Something about space is now virgin territory.
Oh yeah, that was the announcer on the live stream was like, space is now virgin territory. I was just like, what?
Space has been explored. There's been that's bad analogy. That's bad. That's bad wording.
It's because it's Virgin Galactic, and they were like, "Oh, space is now Virgin territory," and it's like, no.
And
there's been satellites. There's space is a dirty whore.
Every rocket that has ever gone up is phallic in nature, so I'm pretty sure space has no virginity left.
Right. If space was getting married, it couldn't wear white. If it was, everybody would giggle and snicker like.
The Hubble telescope was successfully transferred to the backup computer, and everything is back online.
So it's got about another 30 years left till it's dead again.
Correct, but the fact that they were able to successfully transfer the computer, that is very cool, and maybe within the next 30 years they'll be able to figure out how to fix it.
Well,
with a ship.
It was the power supply. The power supply was what caused the problem.
I heard, and it's going to continue. It was 31 years is what so it's going to continue on 31 years of helping science. And when reached for comment, the Hubble telescope said, "I'm getting too old for this shit." So it's ready to retire, but it's going to keep going.
I mean, that is crazy that thing's been up there for nearly as long as all of us have been alive.
Yep. I'd hate to see it go, even though it's it's a quiet. It doesn't get a lot of glory because you don't ever really see it. But uh, maybe in the next 30 years, the Starship will be able to go up and actually work on it. Like the shuttle did.
And I like how it's basically like once they got the power figured out, like they said they're going to give it a little there's going to be a little mini pause, like a little mini break before it starts doing more scientific observations. And I just like how scientists are treating the Hubble sort of like any 31-year-old or 31 employee who's been there for 31 years. They're like, look, we just switched computer systems. We're going to need to give this thing time to look. If we give it a task, it's going to just freak out. So just let it get used to it, and then we'll start giving it tasks to do again. I kind of like that. It seems like it's making like the Hubble like a person.
See, it's all robots have feelings too.
Yeah, look, he's gonna have to take a nap. Like, let him nap. He's got a new computer system to figure out, and then he'll be bright as rain. But just give him some time.
Well, I mean, it would still probably work, but that cooling fan is really critical for bridging and overhangs and stuff like that. Because if it comes out too hot and it doesn't cool fast enough, it's going to, you're not going to get decent overhangs, and you're not going to be able to bridge and all of that.
Well, if you cool it too much, because you could possibly bust the cap, and then you'd bust a cap in somebody's ass. That you always got to be worried about that.
Yes, always.
See, fine. That was the first time you agreed with me in 25. That was good. We're finally on the same scientific page. I'm glad I wore you down. You're like, yeah, okay, yes, you can bust a cap in someone's ass. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Except.
So is it? You said it warped a little bit. Is it still? You think it'll still work for your father-in-law's? Was it RV or boat?
He actually said that it popped in there like butter. It just went right in. He had to tap the edges a little bit, and boom, perfect cap.
Hopefully the wasp won't come back. Maybe, you know what? If you took the listing off of Wasp Zillow, that might help. I would recommend that. Start there first, and take down the sign that says now showing new mod, because the housing market is crazy even for wasps.
Well, and the thing is like most people, okay, you got a wasp nest in your boat. That's cool.
No, it's not cool.
Dude. But for me, it's even worse because I'm like, I don't know, I'm a baby when it comes to wasps. I hate them. So
they hurt. Wasps hurt.
They do. And I mean, honestly, I can't, like, if I see a wasp, I walk the other direction. Like, it's like a phobia of mine. So
I'm sure the feeling is mutual with the wasp go the other way too, just because of the smell. So it's a mutual thing.
If only it were that easy, because they seem to want to pick on me all the time, because I think they smell it. They're just like, ooh, that guy doesn't like me. I'm gonna go mess with him.
So they smell the fear over your normal smell of stink is what that's what they're smelling.
Yes.
Okay.
My kids and John's kids and that era of children, they don't know any different. They just have MP3 and calculators in their phone and video games, and look at the first video game, Pong. Who's playing Pong anymore? Nobody, because you got Fortnite and Call of Duty and Madden and okay, some people play Pong. I'll give you that, John, but that's not the point. You understand what I'm saying, is that video games have come, look at Pong to Call of Duty. That's an insane leap. And we're only talking, 25 years? Ish?
I mean, you could say the same thing about any technology, because everything's seen a dramatic leap. And I didn't want to cut you guys off, but I don't know if you remember, Chris, but we used to have an 8-track as well. I don't remember what car it was in, but we had 8-track.
That wouldn't surprise me. I don't remember it, but
Yeah, I don't remember A-Track, but actually, when Pong came out, it was rated NC-17. You guys didn't know that, did you?
We did not.
I've heard that.
It was corrupting the youth. They're like, oh, the kids they just want to start playing ping pong, and they won't focus on anything. Their studies, it's all about the ping pong.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be. Yeah.
No, it's not.
He's like, I totally made it up. John, you're a sucker.
Well, yeah, in fairness.
They're too worried about they're worried about the communists. They weren't worried about the kids playing the pong yet. They had nuclear, explosions on their mind, so they could let the kids play pong. It was okay.
Where does the regulation step in and say, look, these companies can't watch every single thing you do?
But the argument could be said that they're not. It could just be something, that they're just a little program that's listening for keywords and sending just those, a keyword or two, which technically isn't, invasive because you're agreeing to using the service. Because no one reads those agreement things, and guarantee you, somewhere in each one of those agreements is something about, hey, we're going to monitor, keywords to potentially sell you stuff. Because almost every company that has gotten big is now an advertising company.
Right, and I don't see any politician, anybody. Our government doesn't work anyway. It doesn't work great. So, and the average politician is, in their 60s or 70s. So, like, they don't even understand the technology. So, relying on them to try to regulate it is not going to happen, especially when all of these giant corporations are giving them millions and billions of dollars. So, I don't see any change coming anytime soon. It's going to get worse. It's not going to change. So just pick a different battle, because I think this is a losing one, Chris.
It was something that popped into my head when we were talking, because I'm like, with all this technology, a TV, a 27-inch black square TV from 1998 isn't picking up what you're talking about, at least as much as we know.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Because it wasn't connected to anything. There was unless, even if there was a microphone, you'd have to have a van sitting outside your house with, someone to pick up the transmission. So, I mean, it's all relative, but it just kind of unnerving a little bit, just because sometimes I think about how many people are monitoring everything that I say.
No one cares about what you say, Chris.
Except the listeners of the podcast. other than that, they're on the edge of their seat. Everybody else, not so much.
I'm guessing then it's even iffy, Kirk. Speedo a bunch of times, just randomly in conversation.
Do it.
Just to see if my phone would then, or, even my Alexa devices would tell me, it's trying to start selling me a Speedo.
It would, you know what it would do? It would send you a bunch of electric razor shavers first, because it knows you're a hairy son of a bitch. It doesn't want to see that.
But you better bet that if Alexa offers me a Speedo, how am I supposed to say no to that?
Just please say no.
Yes.
I'm going to speak for Tiffany and everybody else with eyeballs.
But that's what I was like, sometimes you can line it up to coincidence. Other times you think that it's just a little too coincidental. If I start throwing out Speedo all over the place and then all of a sudden I start getting ads for Speedos, that's just a sign.
Keep us informed. Let us know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about this little experiment.
Oh, you'll get pictures.
No pictures. No pictures. No scratch and sniff. No nothing. Brain bits. Okay.
That one.
How about the first one is American trucks have the highest percentage of testicular cancer. I don't know. Truck nuts. I don't think they sell that. All right. How about when you yield to a cow, you are giving her the Milky Way. All right. That's for all the farmers out there. All right. How about this? Come on. This is a baseball joke. Godzilla never visited Fenway. Okay. Come on.
Green Monster.
There you go. Green Monster. All right. And I'm not sure about you guys, but sweatpants, I'm not a fan of either.
Sweat or pants?
I don't like neither one of them. I could do without. No sweat, no pants. Or how about this? I bet when soldiers stop wearing fatigues, they have a lot more energy. Has anybody else said that our military? It's they should change the name of that. It seems like if your work clothes are called fatigues, it seems kind of like a downer. I don't think you're going to be able to function at a high level. You're just going to be exhausted.
I mean, it's pretty solid. Solid
All right.
logic.
All right. How about did you guys know this before headphones? Rich people just jogged with a marching band. That's how they exercised. And speaking of marching, the Civil War ended 150 years ago, but we still have U.S. troops stationed here. I think it's time. That's way too long. I mean, come on, guys. Or what else? Today I was walking and I heard a motorcycle drive by blasting the cars. It was odd. It just seems silly. And speaking of car, somebody keytarred my car. Keytarred my car. I've got to stop parking in nerdy neighborhoods. That's what I learned. All right, two more. I gave a girl, when I was young, a mixed tapeworm. We did not date. Okay, and then the last one. You know what I'd like to see? You guys grew up on a farm. I would like to see a horse in flip-flops. The sound alone would be hilarious. I'm picture flip-flop, clip-clop, flip-flop, clip-clop.
I'd probably pay to see that.
Wouldn't you? Come on. If you saw, it seems like if you always make him wear horseshoes, you think he'd let him relax and have flip-flops. Let him kick back and be more comfortable. Birkenstocks. They live with hippies anyway, right? Okay, so those were 11 random bits. Anyone stick out? Create a conversation piece? Any yays, nays?
I like the U.S. troops one. That one was funny.
I would agree.
Oh, for the Civil War? Yeah, there's
that one was good.
Yeah, it's a little history joke, and it's like, yeah, that's a good. Wait a second, we're still here. I mean, we have troops in Germany, we have troops in there. We still have U.S. troops in the Civil War.
Kirk, I'm always amazed at what your brain comes up with. I really am.
Wow, you know what? Coming from you, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I can't tell.
No, it was a compliment because I mean, just the adventure you just took us on. I wouldn't have come up with that. It was good.
See, not all America is listening, but they should. That's this is. I'm sure we're up to how much, John? How are we up to 3 million average viewers now? Is what I heard. Just
only.
Exaggerate, John.
Yeah.
Give,
just a million.
Give or take 3 million.
Let's not inflate our egos here. It's only 1 million.
All right. So we're rounding down. Okay.
Yeah. Rule of threes, Kirk.
All right. So what